What's going on, you bunch of heathens? We're back with another video. This one from a new channel called Flack Alley. This one was recommended to me by someone a week or two ago. I'm finally getting around to it. It's called the B-17 that flew without a cockpit. B-17, from what I'm learning, is just... I already knew like it was a good, plane or whatever. Like, great. But... I'm just learning. It's done a whole bunch of shit, and the crew members were fucking dope as well. So this should be a really good video. Make sure you guys check out the original. It's linked down below. Guy deserves it. Without further ado, let's jump in.
It was the 14th of July, 1944, a thunderous evening. Cruising at 25,000 feet, 24-year-old First Lieutenant Ewald Swanson of the 4...
Again, I love it when people who do videos on certain planes and shit, if they can, I love it when they put in actual pictures and videos and whatnot of the actual crew.
Bomb group
I love that.
Pilot of a B-17G Flying Fortress, nicknamed Mizpah. Its tail number 4232109. Their mission was to strike at the very heart of the Nazi stronghold in Budapest, Hungary. The formation consisted of 60 flying fortresses, and as they entered Hungary, they were bombarded by relentless curtains of thick flak. Explosions erupted all around Mizpah, shredding the tail section and punching holes into the battle-worn wings. Nonetheless, the B-17 formation presses through the initial flak bombardment and heads inbound.
Hell yeah, living up to that fucking name.
The Ferencváros railroad yards. This was one of the most heavily defended and strategically vital targets of the late war, critical for the movement of troops, equipment and oil, keeping the German war machine alive. Now, just seconds away from the target, Bombardier 2nd Lieutenant Kenneth Dudley lines up the Sperry bomb site and successfully releases their bombs. All of a sudden, chaos erupts. A Flak 88 round lands square on the nose of Mizpah. The nose explodes, vaporizing the bombardier and the navigator, whilst covering the front of the fortress in blood. The nose peels off above the aircraft, and shrapnel from the cockpit ricochets throughout the cabin, piercing wing gunner Sergeant Wesley Tucker in the chest. The inside temperature plummets to a freezing minus 30 degrees. Due to the extreme damage, the center of gravity shifts to the tail, causing the fortress to pitch up into a vertical. They were mere seconds away from stalling out and entering a death spiral. Astonishingly, First Lieutenant Ewald Swanson, despite no longer having a cockpit, regains control of the battered B-17 and re-enters the formation.
Ewald!
The crew of a nearby B-17, nicknamed Yvonne, couldn't believe what they were seeing. A blood-soaked B-17 without a nose pulls up alongside them in one of the most haunting sights of the war.
Oh, that is terrifying.
Flying as if nothing had happened. What was...
Oh, that's terrifying. You just saw your buddy, your wingman, get smacked. And you know they're not doing well. But then you just see it fly up next to you, no comb, just covered in blood. Oh, that's terrifying.
Inside the B-17 was even more impressive, since there was no cockpit or control column left to maneuver the aircraft.
So how are they doing it?
Under the command of Pilot Swanson, the crew had begun to fly the aircraft by pulling the exposed control cables by hand. Despite having lost a significant part of the aircraft, this flying fortress and its injured crew refused to go down, a symbol of unwavering courage and indomitable machine spirit. However, over 200 Flak 88 guns still had their sights set on the formation. Suddenly, another explosion rattles the B-17. A flak barrage destroys their number 2 engine.
Like, what? Quick thinking, but like, who thinks of that? Like, oh shit, I don't have a flying column anymore. We're fucking gonna die. Okay, you. Grab these cables, pull them what I tell you to. Like, holy shit.
Begins to lose power and airspeed. With the nose blown off and an engine gone, Mizpah and her crew through sheer determination and will, kept the aircraft airborne. However, the effects of drag from all the damage received was increasing by the second.
I mean, yeah, it
Mispa
would.
had fallen far behind the formation by now. For a perilous
Lost
10
an
minutes,
engine
the crew
and your
battled
nose.
the control cables to get as far away from the Hornet's nest as possible. Now, over Dunavex, Hungary, pilot
bail?
Ewald Swanson informed his crew to immediately bail out whilst he held it steady. 7 crew members successfully bail out of the aircraft. Swanson could no longer tame the crippled fortress on his own.
Does he get out?
Immediately, the B-17 pitches up, trapping Swanson inside the fuselage.
Oh no.
He grabs the parachute and keeps it close to him, waiting for the B-17 to stall out. As the fortress comes to a standstill,
Oh, that's terrifying.
Swanson takes the opportunity to jump out of the front, but just as he does, his chute catches the torn metal of the cockpit, ripping through the fabric with brutal force. This was a blessing in disguise, however.
It was?
If the fabric hadn't torn, he would have gone down with the ship, pinned by centrifugal forces. Swanson is violently flung back, narrowly missing the tail section of the...
Oh, does he mean if the chute itself hadn't torn off when it did? Okay. I mean, yeah, best case scenarios, it doesn't hit it at all, but okay.
B-17. The young pilot momentarily passes out, whilst falling out the sky from 20,000 feet.
Oh, that's terrifying.
When he opened his eyes, he was seconds away from hitting the ground. First Lieutenant Ewald Swanson immediately opens his parachute,
Holy
but notices
shit.
that it had sustained significant damage.
If that's
The
really
chute
his,
was
that's
not slowing him down enough for
that's
a
some
safe
massive
landing.
damage.
The landing was going to be brutal, one that he was unlikely to walk away from or even survive. By sheer luck, on the way down, he spots what he believed to be an enemy POW camp in the middle of a dense forest. Swanson positions himself on top of the trees by the camp, hoping it would break his fall. Several seconds later, he crashes into the dense treetop. First Lieutenant Swanson suffers a broken left leg alongside deep tissue cuts from the tree branches. Against all odds, he survives the landing. The German medics of the POW camp quickly...
I mean, that's like best case fucking scenario. Getting caught in the fucking trees. You got a bunch of cuts and a broken leg, but you survived it because your chute got caught. And hey, you were close. Yeah, it sucks that you're getting put in a POW camp, but you're close enough to a POW camp to where you could more than likely get some medical attention.
Spot Swanson's body in the brush and recover him. They administer life-saving first aid to the young pilot, who has at this point stared death in the face and kept going. In fact, to his amazement, he finds out that the entire crew of his B-17 had survived. His crew were captured nearby, only to meet up at the same camp their pilot had somehow ended up at. A happy accident, as they put it. The crew would endure 9 long months through the harsh cold winter at the POW camp. On the 30th of April 1945, US troops would liberate the crew of Mizpah. The war for these young men had finally come to an end. The 8 survivors would return home to the USA that night. Ewald Swanson's bravery that day would earn him the prestigious rank of Lieutenant Colonel before his retirement from the United States Air Force.
Not bad.
After the war,
no medal,
he returned to a quieter life, marrying his beloved Katherine Swanson and raising a son together at Michigan, USA. Yet, it was the bond with his B-17 crewmates that remained closest to his heart. In the decades that followed,
it'd have to be.
Reunite, old warriors with weathered hands and bright eyes, sharing stories of impossible missions and the unbreakable brotherhood they forged when they were barely more than kids. Swanson would pass away peacefully on the 28th of February 2009 at the age...
God, he made it so fucking far. And yeah, it's so crazy to think that they did all this shit more than likely when they were younger than me. That is just insane.
Of 89, remembered not only as a war hero, but as the only known pilot to have ever flown an aircraft without a cockpit. Only Mizpah and the men who dared to ride her into hell and back could ever truly understand what that meant.
Oh, yeah, that would be really cool if we ever found whatever happened to Mizpah. And the remains of the Navigear and Bombardier would be nice to find. That'd be a nice thing to find.
Only 4.2% of the viewers watching this video are subscribed. It takes countless weeks to write and produce these videos.
Oh, fuck it. I'll sub. Give me 1 sec. Let me make sure I'm not doxing anything. Whatever. I'll like and subscribe.
But it takes just a second of your time to click that subscribe button.
Yeah, exactly.
It's completely free, but helps us out immensely in bringing this content to you. Thanks for watching. Stay safe.
Oh, that was a really good video. Make sure you guys check it out. That was good. That was the B-17 that flew without a cockpit by Flak Alley. That was good. I did enjoy that. Thank you to whoever recommended it, and thank you to whoever and thank you to Flak Alley for making it. This was a good video to check out. Make sure you guys do as well. And like, go give them their love. They're linked down below. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz. And until next time, you guys take care of yourselves. See ya.